So these are the general characters of eutheria. Now the first order that we will be discussing is that is insectivora. In the case of insectivora, the term insectivora means insect eating. Ora means to eat. So animals which will be mainly feeding on insect are classified under the group or under the order insectivora. And there are several examples of several types of animals are there. We are only discussing one. And that animal that we are going to see is a talpa. It's an interesting animal. Here you can see the general body shape of the talpa. Then popular name of this talpa is known as short-tailed mole. Short-tailed mole. The tail is very small. That is why it is known as a short-tailed mole. I will show you other photographs of this talpa. See, so here also you can see that these are the different images of talpa. It's a very small tail, that is why it is a short-tailed mole. These are the general features of the talpa. Here also you can see that. So it is also a short-tailed mole. Then as far as the distribution means where these animals are present. Their main centers of distribution are Asian continent as well as European continent. Then as you can see from the picture here and also from here, we can understand that they are mainly a burrowing type of animal. And see here also you can see that they are mainly living in burrows. That is why that is one important feature of the talpa, lives in burrows. Just like our rat, mice, etc. They are living in burrows. See, look at the nature of the head. It is slightly conical or triangular. And one important feature of this talpa is that they are provided with a very strong, powerful forelimbs. The front legs or the front appendages or front limbs are very powerful, and that is mainly used for digging the soil or burrowing, making burrows. That is the main function of the talpa. So they have a very powerful claws. Here you can see that the claws are very powerful. In this picture also I can show you. These claws are very, see, they have very strong, large claws are there. See, look at these claws are here. So this is a very, very strong. See, the claws are very long. So very long, powerful claws, and these claws are used for digging the soil. So that is one important feature. Almost it looks, the nature is almost like a rat, but it is stronger body. Then eyes are rudimentary. Here you can see that. You cannot find any proper eyes here. Here also you can see that. We cannot find any proper eyes anywhere. They are rudimentary. Rudimentary means not formed properly. Very small, primitive, not so properly formed. That is the meaning of the word rudimentary. That is, we can say that eyes are present, but they are not very properly functioning, because the reason is that these animals are living in burrows, and inside the burrows it will be dark. So eyes may be useful only if there is light is there. So in the absence of light, in a dark environment, eyes may not be very useful. So this is why eyes are poorly developed. So the eyes are not doing any function. That is why eyes have not been formed properly here. Then pinna. Pinna means this external ear. This is the pinna. It is also absent. These two are actually modifications of animals which are living in burrows. Because if pinna is present, the structure is present, while moving through the burrows, that will be a obstacle or a hindrance. So to avoid that nature has gradually reduced the size of pinna. Now in most of the burrowing animals, we cannot find any pinna. So here also you can see the pinna is absent. But the middle ear, tympana, internal ear are all will be present. Only the pinna is absent. Then Tail is short without hair. Here you can see that the tail is very short. Tail is there. Here in one of the picture I see this is the tail. A very small tail is there, and the tail usually don't have much hair. That is also an important feature of the talpa. So the tail is a very short tail is there and mostly without hair. And regarding their feeding habits, they are primarily eating insect and earthworm present in the soil. So that is why, since they are insect eating, we place them in the order Insectivora. So going to the features of Insectivora, you can see that there are many animals which are classified in the group Insectivora. See, if you look at the general features of the group insect, these are all animals which are prey. See, here you can see that Insectivora, a lot of animals are there: hedgehogs, moon rats, shrews, moles. So this is they are generally small mammals and nocturnal habits, subjects primarily on insect and other arthropods. That is their important characteristics. They feed on insects, arthropods or insects. Here you can see some of the examples of the group Insectivora. Different types of animals are there, and all these animals will be mainly feeding on insect. That is why they are known as the Insectivora, a group Insectivora. Okay, so that is regarding the first example, that is the talpa. Now we will go to the second one, that is the Dermatera. Now if you look at the Dermatera, an example for the Dermatera is actually the Galeopithecus. So that is the example that we have to study for. This animal is known as the Galeopithecus, and here you can see that it is just like a popular name of Galeopithecus is the flying lemur or flying lemur. So that is the common name, flying lemur or flying lemur, and their presence or distribution is in Malayan archipelago. Malayan archipelago means Malaysian islands. Islands present in the Malaysian region, and the Philippine islands. These are the two main areas where we can find this Galeopithecus. So Galeopithecus, I will show you other photos of this. So Galeopithecus is here you can see that Galeo is an arboreal gliding. See, as you can see, it's a gliding mammal. So that is one important feature of this animal. See, it's a gliding mammal. This is how the animal will be looking. See, these are the nature of the Galeopithecus. Then, so Galeopithecus is a herbivorous. Herbivorous means feeding on plant matter. So they are feeding on plant matter. That is why they are known as herbivorous. And they are also arboreal. What is the meaning of the word arboreal? Arboreal means living on trees. Living on trees. That is the meaning of the word arboreal. So this is popularly known by the flying lemur and living on trees. That is why we are calling it as the arboreal mammal. And are feeding on plant leaves, fruits, etc. That just like monkeys and other things, feeding on plant matter. That is why they are known as the herbivorous mammal. Then one interesting thing about this Galeopithecus is that it has a patagium. Now this structure is known as this is the patagium. This is known as the patagium. Now where this patagium is present, between the forelegs, front leg and hind leg, then between hind leg and the tail. So here we can find patagium. Here also we can find patagium. At the front also you can find little patagium. So patagium between the neck and the forelimb, and between forelimb and the hind limb, and between hind limb and the leg and the tail. So this is how the patagium is present. So when it is spread out, it will be looking like a kite. So that the animal can easily glide in the air, maybe some 100 feet or something. It can glide in the air. So this is a very interesting animal. They are commonly present in the Malaysian region. We can see that they have an ability to glide up to some 100 feet. See, they are very proficient, very good gliders, and they can travel as far as 70 meter. 70 meter means this class may be some less than 10 meter. So you can imagine how much it can glide. 10 times the class size of our classroom. So that much distance it can glide in air. So that is the one important peculiarity of this Caleopithecus, and is commonly present in commonly found in Malaysia as well as Philippines. Then nocturnal, you know the meaning of the word nocturnal, mainly living during night, active during night, and rest like a bat. See here, you can see that. During the daytime, it will be attaching itself to the body of the bark of some tall trees, and will be resting there. Only during night time, it will be coming out and feeding. So most of these animals are quite shy animals, very fearful. They are very much afraid of other predators. That is why they do not come out during daytime, because they do not have active ability for protecting itself from other daytime predators like a tiger or leopard or other type of predators. So they are very much scared of these animals. That is why they come out only during night time. So that is why these animals which do not have any good fighting ability are usually nocturnal and come out during night only. So this is the important features of Galeopithecus, and here we can see that it comes to an order known by the name Dermaptera. Here you can see that it belongs to an order known as Dermaptera. Now in the case of Dermaptera, I will show you some features of the Dermaptera. Now see, Dermaptera is actually here you can see that many animals which are coming under the order Dermaptera, a lot of animals here. This is no Dermaptera. Here also you will see. So Dermaptera is popularly known by the name. There are many animals are coming under this category. See, this is the one is this earwig. Then lot of other animals are also coming under the group Dermaptera. Here you can see that. See, they have a this is known as a earwig. Sometimes you might have seen this. If you observe the soil, you can find this type of insect with a plier-like tail. These are known as a earwig. They can, just like crab, it can hold something with the help of this pincer-like tail. So many other animals are also part of this. One is the earwig is very common. Then there are many other animals are also there. Here also we can. These are all Dermaptera. Okay, so I think there is one mistake here. I think Dermoptera. No, it's not Derma. Okay, that's why it is Dermoptera. It's not Dermaptera. That's why the old mistake. So Dermoptera. See, there is a slight mistake. If you type Dermaptera, it goes to insect. This Dermoptera, even though I pronounced it as Dermaptera, it is actually Dermoptera. It is O. Dermoptera. So if you look at the Dermoptera, mainly flying lemurs are there, and the main animal that is coming under this order is the Kologu. So this is also known as the Kologu. Other name is known as the flying lemur. Here you can see that other examples of this group. See, these are the other examples. Here also you can find this is the Dermoptera. See, this is the animal. See, this way it will be resting on the body of bar, and during night time only it will be coming out. See, here also you can see that. It's a very small animal, cute animal, shy animal, mainly living in the you can see mainly living in the Malaysian as well as. See, I will show you one video how this Dermaptera may be flying. See. It is flying.
We build cameras to get point of view perspectives from other kinds of animals. This is kind of an interesting one. We built this very, very, very small camera you see right here. And this was actually put on something called a flying, it's known as a flying lemur. It's actually a colugo. It's a little mammal in Southeast Asia that you just act normal like a colugo would. So here's the camera on its back right there. And he releases it and it goes along and does its whatever it's going to do. And in this case, it's going to climb a tree and hopefully fly from one tree to another. So there's a shot from the back of the colugo. It's really jerky right now because he's just scrambling up the tree. All you see is the back of his head. And in a second here, get this nice gliding shot. And so you're literally flying with this tiny little mammal. Here's the shot again in slow motion. And they actually built a show around this shot.
The video is not very sharp. So this is how the Dermaptera may be flying as well as living. Now we move to the next family, that is the Chiroptera. Chiroptera. And under the Chiroptera, we have one example, that is Theropus. So here we can find the features of this Theropus. Here we can see the picture of the Theropus. You know, everybody knows what is this animal. It's the bat. Bat looks almost like a dog. You take a bat in your hand, you can see that the face of the bat is almost like a dog. So that is why it is known as a flying fox. Fox and dogs are similar animals. So that's why we call it as a flying fox. And they are common in many parts of the world like India, Ceylon or Sri Lanka, then Australia, Africa and Madagascar. These are the areas where we can find this Theropus. So it's a very widely distributed animal, and you can see that they are living in colonies. You can see that I will show you the picture of this Theropus. See, this is the Theropus. See, so this is how the Theropus will be looking, and they will be living in large colonies. You see this type of colonies where it will be attaching with the help. See, this is how it will be attaching to the tree branches. See here, you can see that. Just like it will be closing its legs and will be lying upside down. So that is how this Theropus will be usually found in large colonies in the trees. Even if there is a colony, thousands of these bats will be present here. So that is the peculiarity of this Theropus. Then they have a patagium. What is patagium? Here you can see this structure is known as the patagium. This is the patagium. Now here you can see that the patagium is an extension of skin. When you see the skin here is expanded. and the fingers are very long, and between the fingers there is an extension of skin, and that is acting as a kite. So it can easily fly in the air because of the air movements and air lift created by this huge wing. Compared with the size of the animal, the wing size is very large, very wide wing size. So it can easily create enough upward thrust by the movement of this wing, and they will be able to fly in the air. See, the wingspan is 4 feet. 4 feet means this much size it will be. So it's a very large wing. Now because of the larger wing size, it is able to fly in the air. Now it is one of the very few animals which can fly. Most of the mammals cannot fly. Mammals are mainly animals which are living on land. So these are mainly living on land. But in the case of bat, they are able to fly in the air. So, and because of the presence of this patagium. Then another important feature, they have a larger eyes. Larger eyes means, here you can see that they have a comparatively larger eyes because they are mainly active during night time. At night there will be very poor light, maybe the light of the moon or other type of little light will be there. So they need a very larger eyes to collect maximum amount of light. So for that they have a very large eyes, so that eye will be capable of receiving maximum light that is available, even if it is moonlight or other sources of light. These larger eyes will be having a larger lens system, so that it can collect maximum available light at the time and use for that. Then in case of this, they have an important kind of communication known as ultra location or ultrasonic location. Or ultrasonic location is one important feature of this animal. Here you can, I will show you one if there is any picture available, we will come see. See, this is how these animals are actually producing. They are producing ultrasonic sound, and using this see here also you can see that they have the ability of producing this ultrasonic sound. And ultrasonic sound, if any object is there, that will be reflecting back, and that will be immediately dictated by the ear system of the bat. And that is how they are finding the location as well as the distance of the prey or other object. It is based on this that we have discovered a radar system for finding out the planes. So ultrasonic sound detection. Ultrasonic detection, see here you can see that this is another case. So there are very few animals which are also using ultrasonic, like a dolphin will be using. See, bat is one example, dolphin is another example. But we human beings are not capable of any ultrasonic sound. We are unable to detect sound which has a intensity about 20,000 hertz. Our hearing range is between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. You might have studied that. If the sound waves is above that, we will not be able. But dolphins are capable, whales are capable. Then this bat is also capable. Here we have produced ultrasonic sound detectors, and using that we will be able to detect for the presence of this ultrasonic waves produced by the bat. So this is how the bats are living. Now another feature of the bat is that they are frugivorous. Frugi means feeding on fruits. So animals which are feeding on fruits are known as frugivorous. You know that they are mainly feeding on this guava, paraca. That's a primer. Then banana. Most of the any kind of fruit they will be feeding on. So that is one important feature of this pteropus. Pteropus is actually a pest for farmers. Those who are growing fruits for during agriculture, these bats will be destroying their fruits. If it is you are growing any kind of fruit, so that is why it is considered as a pest to fruit crop. Vermin. Vermin means pest. So they are considered as a vermin or pest to fruit crops. Then they have a social their system. That is, here also you can see that they are living in larger groups. Here you can see that these pteropus are always living in very large groups. So that is why they have a social system. So they are living in large groups, like here you can see that they are living in large groups or as a colonies. That is why we call it, we are considering it as a social animal. And because of that, if they will be having their own social levels also. So they have a social habit, means living in large groups. So not all animals are capable of social life, only few animals are exhibiting this large social life. So these are some of the features of this group known by the name this Pteropus. So in the case of Pteropus, you can see that they belongs to the order Chiroptera. We will also discuss few characteristics of the Chiroptera. Now Chiroptera mainly include the bat. Chiroptera. Here means Chiro means hand and Ptera means wing. That's how the bat Chiroptera has been. See, these are the here you can find other animals which are present in mainly bats are the main examples of Chiroptera. Here you can see how large their teeth may be. See, almost like a dog. See, they look like almost like see, their ear is very large. So because of the presence of large ear, they are capable of detecting. See, large ear with a lot of blood vessels are there. So that will be able to detect the sound waves very quickly. So that is one important advantage of this Chiroptera. Chiroptera include mainly bats. I don't think other groups are included in this. So there are different groups. Some bats are also dangerous. Yeah, I will show you one bat. I think it is poisonous. There are some not poisonous, blood fear. Called vampire bat. I will show you that. There are some bats which are feeding on the blood of other. Here you can see that. These are not present here, but they will be feeding on the blood of other group of animals. Mainly present in, you can see they are mainly present in South American region, not common here. So they can immediately detect because of the temperature detectors, they can detect the temperature of warm-blooded animal, and they will be feeding on the blood. Here it is, luckily we do not have any vampire bat, but you might have heard about, see, they have very powerful teeth are there for sucking the blood. So these vampire bats are present here, but several types of interesting bats are there. For example, I will show you painted bat. Painted bat, maybe. See, this is a very interesting, very colorful bat. If you go to the forest of a small insectivorous bat, it's also a painted bat. So very colorful, not very common also. Here also you can find painted bat. So these are the, see, not very common here. It is Kerivola. It is scientifically known as Kerivola. So this is the painted bat. It is present here. So in Kerala also we have different types of bat. See here also you can see how high this bat is causing so much damage to the fruit trees. See, here also you can, they are feeding on banana. See here also you can find. So this is why bat is considered as a pest. Because if bat is present, they will be mainly feeding and attacking these fruit trees and fruits, so that it will be causing lot of damage. Other problem is that they will be attacking large groups, because each bat colony will be having some hundreds or thousands of bats will be there. So lot of bats coming and feeding on the banana plantation in an area will be completely destroying that banana plantation during the fruiting period. So this is an idea how this Pteropus and the outer Chiroptera, and in other classes we will be moving to the next family order. So today we will be finishing with this Pteropus